Hey, what's up guys, this is Fern here with it's going to be another tutorial on weight effectors. Now I've already done one, but that was sort of done ages ago, sort of near when I started my channel. So I'm going to do another one now, which I'm just going to run through basically how I do it and any problems that or what I do to sort of avoid any problems from occurring. So let me just get a model. Um, I'll just get an already rigged one. Um, and then just delete the rig. So what I do is, guys, I USCL2, that'll do. Hopefully it's got that animation on it, which I've accidentally saved. Good, that's alright. Now I've got the model that is rigged, but I've just hidden the skeleton. Now first of all, first thing you want to do is delete the skeleton itself, delete the skin, and delete the weight. And I've got some facial expressions already saved onto this model, which I'm not going to delete because I want to keep them. So just start fresh, got my model, no weight, no skin, and no skeleton. And then what you want to do is you want to either build yourself a skeleton or import a already pre-made one, which I do. Bones with fingers, and that's perfect size because the models I've already resized the model. And then what you just want to do is you just want to move the bones into place, or actually, sorry, go to side view, make sure the skeleton fits well with the body, but as I can see, here's the model of the arms and the skeleton is just behind, so bring it to about here where the arms are arms of the skeleton are in the model arms, and then drag that into the mesh. And then what I might do is just get one of these, bring them back down, and bring the knees, bring that level so both of them are equal, and they're good enough for the legs, not going to be too fancy. And then just do the arms, front view, sort out the shoulders, then we go to top view, bring the shoulders along the green axis, so this joint is pretty much the middle of the elbow, which is where we need it. And then select the elbow, bring that in as well. I'm not going to worry too much about getting the fingers lined up perfectly. I will do a separate tutorial with rigging fingers, but just not today, I'm afraid, because it's a bit of a fiddly tut. So anyway, I'm just gonna have a rush. I'm not gonna waste too much time. So yeah, say that's a perfect rigged body. I know it's not, but anyway, hide the skeleton, select the skeleton, right click, select children, hold control, hit the skeleton model, and character commands bind. I'll do that in a minute, man. Sorry, bro. So now the weight effector, the weight tag and the skin has appeared, which we now know it's rigged. And then you start moving your shoulder and bits start coming out on that. Now this is how I sort out weight on my character. First of all, I grab the weight tool and go to the shoulders, and then hit erase, make sure visible only is off and the strength is to 100%. And what I'll do is I'll just erase all the areas apart from his arms, so the bits that sort of on his chest and stomach, round to the back here on his backpack. Sorry. Just want to get as much of as possible. About back here slightly. Yeah, it looks alright now. And then we want to do the same with the left shoulder. Now, as you can see, there's quite a lot of weight here, which we do not need. And when you do this and get used to this method, you can easily do it within 2 minutes, but it's just the fact that it's so repetitive and you've got to keep doing it for different models, it just gets really annoying. So that's good enough. And once we've done that, you just want to make sure that elbows hasn't got any weight attached into the body, because sometimes it does. Even the forearms and wrist, depending on how close your arms are to the model. So once we've done the shoulders, you want to grab the shoulders and you want to lift them up. And as you see, things aren't coming apart from the body anymore. But if you do move the root, things are being left behind. That is because you've erased them, but you haven't added them back in. So just click Control Z, snap that back. Then what I usually do is I usually go to the lower spine, go to Weight Tool, and then go to the front view, and then change the mode to Add. And what we'll do is where the area sort of is, where the lower body is, just fucking grab it and just go all over. Just for the lower body, and just get all that selected. Then go to the middle body, do the same, just in the area that it's already at, go over it again. And then the upper spine, just do a little bit in the chest. You don't want to go over towards the arms here, because the clavicles is what's going to do the rest. And then once I've done that, grab the root and drag it back. Now, 9 times out of 10, you will just be able to add all this to the clavicles. So, select the right clavicle, Weight Tool, and then just grab Add Tool. That's all good, and then just add all this in. Oh, sorry. And what it is, when you get closer to it, obviously, like I am now, the yellow bits that are highlighted, I will add in. But these little black bits, looks like they're being stretched from somewhere else, which I think will probably be the middle body. So if I select middle body, they appear orange, which means they're being stretched from this area. So I'll just add those bits onto the middle body, because that's where they are being stretched from. So I'm just adding them back in, basically. Do that. And there will be some for this left shoulder as well. So once we've got most of that done, which looks like it's all right, just go to the right shoulder and just do this little... Oh, we've got a problem here. What can we do with this? The clavicle, sorry, it needs to go onto, not the shoulder. There we go. Just take the pointy bit off just a little bit more. What else have we got? That's a gun. So it looks alright for now, actually. 1 minute. We've got these little pointy bits, which we can do to get the clavicle. Whack that on. I don't know if this one will go in, but yeah, it does. And that. And then we should have an alright model-ish, which is weighted in a nice and correct way. It's just you need to just have a little bit, play around with it, just see what's best. Now, as you can see, as I'm rotating, I've seen this little point. And that could probably go back onto the shoulder, actually, because it's being stretched away. Now, if we can't zoom in, what you can do is you can create a camera, make sure you're at first-person view, and got these tools selected. Grab the little points and drag them inwards. And what that allows you to do is zoom in a lot further, because you're creating a separate camera. So, now I've got the point visible, go to Weight Tool and go to the right shoulder, and I'll add that in, and that looks pretty much alright now. And I'll keep this camera here just in case I want to zoom in anymore. So now it's time to do the left clavicle. So close that down, go to left clavicle, and start adding this in. So that'll do fine, and then I'll leave it. Now some bits are highlighted blue, such as these, so I'll add them back in, and this one, but this one's left black, which will be the middle spine. So add them back in. What you might want to do is as well just add these little bits in, like the objects on his stomach, because otherwise they'll be stretched along with the upper body, and it just offsets the whole body, which looks kind of crap. So now we got most of all that on the clavicle, which it looks kind of okay. Look to see if you can find any more points. Maybe you can even click off and have a look around the model to see if there's a point here. Look, and that will probably actually go on the shoulder. So go to the shoulder. Nope, clavicle. Oh, maybe that's just the way it's meant to be then. I won't bother doing that no more. So once we got this all sorted, we can grab the root and go back even further, just to make sure anything that is left, e.g. here, can easily be added back. Now the further away you go and the more work you do, it'll make it easier for you. So go to right clavicle, and I can see that this one and this one can be added back there, but this will probably be middle spine again, which it is, because most of the weight has been attached to this. And what about this bit here? If you can see this point, that will go probably for the clavicle. Nope. Where is that point anyways? Oh, unless it's an object on the model, which it is. It's whatever that is, a strap, backpack strap or something. Yeah. Oh, the body vest. I see. And then what you can do is just grab the root and grab the Z-axis, hit 0, enter, and what that'll do is that just reset the guy straight back into the middle again. Let me just delete this camera as well and zoom out. And then that is the weight sorted for this guy. Now you can lift the arms up and down and see if it looks alright. And it's the same principle with the legs, but most of the time you will not have a problem with the legs, as you can see here. Alright, this part starts moving when I move this leg. So what I do is hit Ctrl Z, make sure it's back here, go to character and I erase this area first. You erase first and then you add later. So erase this bit, make sure you zoom in far to make sure you get all these little points erased. Get that. And I'd say that was pretty much pretty good. And go to the left and delete this one as well. Now I'll leave it at that. And then what you want to do is grab the root again and go back, and there will most likely be something left dragging, even if it's a little bit like here. Now, as you can see, that is actually being stretched from his left leg. So what I'll do is I'll go to his left leg, go to character weight tool, and I'll add that back in. But just because it's been erased from something and it hasn't been, just been left with nothing. And there we go. So root, hit 0 on Z-axis and enter, and then he's back to normal. Nice rigged character with nice weight as well. So if you start grabbing the middle body, that you start twisting it, as you can see here, the gun holster starts stretching as well. Now if you don't want that, all you have to do, pretty easy, go into the weight effect tool and just select that area. As you can see, it's missing a little bit of weight. Just add that bit back in. You can go down just a little bit further if you want to. Don't do it too much. See what that's like. Now that whole gun holster should move. It's still getting a little bit stretched, but that's because of the model, I think. But if you get sort of the same principles with every single model. So just to run through again, what I'd do, I'd rig the model. I will erase the weight on the shoulders, which is just under hip. Actually, I'll grab the shoulders, hit the weight tool, and I'll erase everything which is not on his shoulder. So I'll erase everything that's on his any weight that's on his body, not his arms. And then what I'll do is I will lift the arms up as I do here, and then I'd best check it again. So you lift it up, then you look around again to see if there's anything else you can delete. And once you've got both of them up, you grab the root and you drag it back. And the reason you lift the arms up, because if you drag it back and there's like weight being stretched, with the arm up you can see what area from the arm round to his armpit down to the side of his body where it's being stretched from. With his arm like that, you can't really see because you want to look right under his armpit, so you have to make cameras and that and stuff, and it's just a bit awkward. So lifting the arm up, it's just a little bit easier. So I now hope this helped for some of you guys. But that's the method how I rig a character. I start off with the arms because the legs are usually fine, so you just leave them, but you might want to double check them anyways, just in case. Just start with the arms and then work your way to the body, and then maybe the neck as well. Maybe if I move his head now, I'll just quickly throw that in, just in case somebody may have a problem. I move my neck, and as you can see here, the body's being fucked up with it. So Grab the weight tool. Fuck, that's so much weight on there, look. So what you want to do is, you want to erase it because this isn't the neck here. The neck's selected, but this isn't the neck, so we don't need it. Now this is the point that I'm getting to, guys. Oh shit, that's why. Hit that back to naught. Oh, bollocks, I've got the wrong thing selected. The root, select that back to naught. Make sure it's in the centre, then do the weight. A little error I made there. Hit the the lower neck, and erase everything which isn't the lower neck. So roughly that. Rotate it, and I'll get this collar. And this collar. And I'll get this bit as well. Now, you're probably not going to get anything perfect. Now, what you can do is, if you do find an error, just little tips such as face him the other. If you've got something wrong with your left arm, if you're going to make an animation, try to show the right arm more. You know, just to sort of hide it out. You know, it's not going to be perfect. And if you do, fucking well done. Because it's a bit fiddly. But yeah, that will do. So now I've got the neck sorted. I'm happy with that because it's just the neck and head. Nothing else. Grab the root. Then drag it back. And what I'll do is I'll probably just add them to the upper body. Now I wouldn't go more into the clavicles, but what I'm going to do is hopefully that'll be alright. Just add them all, add that all onto the upper spine. So grab them. Make sure you don't hit anything else on the model. Hit them, them. Now obviously bits from the back here, I'm just going to show you a little technique as well. Well, it's not really a technique, it's pretty much what I've been doing anyways, but instead of moving the thing forward, move it back, move it the other way now, so the root, instead of it moving backwards, sorry, move it forward. That way anything from the back is being stretched as well, so we can get them. So we will go to the lower spine as well and add them in, add that, add those, anything that looks spiky. And rotate the camera, do the same. And then once it looks like you're all done, go to the root and do it just that little bit more. And you'll always find something until you've done it all. So add those in. And it's just really, really fiddly. If you want to make a nice, perfect rig, then you will have to possibly take your time on it. But putting time in gives a good outcome. Right. Just a little bit further. Just drag it all the way there. And I can see here, I've actually left something from the middle body. So it's always best just to go that little bit further. And keep going that little further until nothing changes. Then that way you know you're pretty much sorted. So yeah, that looks alright. Now where's this being stretched from? The middle body? No, it's not being stretched from the middle body at all. Upper body? No. Where the fuck is that coming from? Oh, I bet it's the right clavicle. It is the right clavicle, so I'll add that into the right clavicle. Zoom in and hit that bit. Now that should be it. So hit root, whack that back to naught, which will center it. Sorry, this is like a bit of a long tutorial, guys, but I wanted to get this one out and sorted and try to explain it through thoroughly, so people could understand, because it is a confusing subject. Alright, so what I can do now, the neck. The neck can be moved now, and it doesn't affect the body. So you can do a little dance, dun, 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 yeah, and do some eyes blinking, some good shit. So I'm gonna end it here because I don't want it to be too long. So I hope this, guys, I hope it helped you. Comment if you need any help again. I would appreciate it if you need help with it. Send a link with a screenshot as well, so I know exactly what you're talking about. Because I get confused easily. I'm fucking, you know, my brain isn't fully there. you know. So with a picture to go with it, you know, can't go wrong with pictures. Always helps. So please like and comment. Projects yet still coming out, still going there. Doing TK's edit, Team Caliber, a team that I joined. If you haven't been on the channel yet, please visit that out. It's in my sub box, if it's still called a sub box. YouTube are changing everything so much now. But yeah, Team Caliber, or the youtube.com/clan Caliber. So yeah, I'd really appreciate if you can go and check them out if you haven't already. So please like and comment, suggest any more videos that you'd like to see, and I'll do my best to get them done. So see you in the next video, guys. Peace.